Do you like the fan? Let's see, should we see your smiles? Where's your smiles? Today's video is all about our postpartum bodies. Here's his. This is the cuter one. Okay, ready? Show him how cute you are. Yay! Maybe I'll hand him off for this part. Ready? I'm gonna make a video for my friends. Okay, here you go. Hi! It's been a few weeks since I've made videos here because life has been so crazy, and thank you to everyone who's been watching these videos since I had the baby. It's so encouraging how many of you there are. It's great to have you here. A lot of you have been writing me about postpartum body image stuff. If you know me or have been around a while, you know that body image issues, I've struggled for a long time with body image stuff, and it's something I care about, and it's something that I have been encouraging people in for a long time. And for those of you who have been around since I had Eloise, you might remember that I recovered from having a baby pretty quickly. I feel like my shape went back to looking like it did before I had her pretty quickly. I don't remember exactly how it went. It's been 4 years, but I know that at the 6-week mark, when I was allowed to swim again, I went swimming and I felt fine in a swimsuit. Like, I felt confident. I don't remember feeling particularly insecure. I more felt like, whoa, I can't believe I could be in a swimsuit already, and I was just so big, and now I'm able to do this. I'm 8 weeks postpartum today, and if you put me in a swimsuit, I promise I would not feel super confident. I wish I would, but I don't. My body, I don't know, my hips are just bigger than they were. My stomach is squishy, and my skin is quite stretched out, and I didn't get any stretch marks, but it's definitely squishy. Eloise saw it the other day and said, "Wow, mommy, your skin looks old." Anyway, I think this time around has been interesting because I knew what to expect in a way. Like, I knew to expect the insecurity, I knew to expect the wanting to see my body go back to how it was before, and kind of the awkwardness of the few weeks there where it's still puffy, but the baby's in your arms and not in your tummy, and you're trying to wear clothes, and it's hard to know how to find clothes that fit. I knew that would be hard because I've done it before, but this time it was harder. So that threw me off, and I'm bigger than before, and I'm bigger in ways that I don't know if I'll ever be smaller. Like, I feel like my hips got wider and they won't unwiden, and that's okay because I just grew a very, very big baby. But still, it's a weird feeling that my clothes don't fit. Most of my pre-pregnancy clothes don't fit. And okay, I will say during my first pregnancy, I lost a lot of muscle. So this time around, while I was pregnant, I worked a bit more on having muscle. So I worked out my buns, I did lunges and squats and went upstairs. I'm more muscular than I was the first time around, and I'm just bigger, and the bigger thing throws me off sometimes. We live in a weird world, guys, you know this, where there is just so much pressure on girls to be small, and there's this pressure on women who have just had babies to look like we didn't just have babies. And it's a stressful thing. And I mean, we celebrate women who bounce back really quickly, who get their pre-baby body back, and we see it on social media, the girls who post a few weeks after having the baby, their flat bellies, and we're all so excited for them, and we hope that ours will be like that. And yeah, that's so tricky because having a baby is a huge deal on a body, and recovery is going to look different for all of us. And I don't know, I think if you're somebody who has looked at my social media and felt the comparison thing, and if any of my pictures have made you feel bad about how you look, I am so sorry, because I hate that feeling. And I want you to know that social media is tricky because you can edit photos, you can suck in certain ways that make you look smaller than you are. Angles make a photo look different than what is real life. And so I just want you to know that I do all those tricks too. I do anything that will make the photo look beautiful. Sometimes that can mess with you if you are a viewer and you're feeling insecure. And so I just want to say I'm sorry, because it's not all real life. I mean, this is, I don't know. One trick that I have in real life is just to wear clothes that are flattering so that I feel more confident in my shape, and I recommend that you do that too. One thing that I did recently, I did it like a week ago, right after my birthday, was I received a Target gift card, so I went to Target and bought some clothes that fit me, which I should have done earlier, but just a few outfits that are like my go-to uniform now. I wear pretty much the same thing every few days. I just cycle through these shorts and tank tops and then rompers, and they all fit my body the way that it is right now. I took all the clothes that don't fit me and may never fit me, but I don't know that yet, and I just put them away so that I don't have to look at them and be reminded of a size that I'm not anymore. And I also put my maternity clothes away because those don't fit me either. And I've just decided to embrace the shape that I have right now, and it's easier said than done. But having clothes that fit and that are flattering really helps. I want to just share with you some ways that could help you through this awkward process of loving your baby and being like, oh my goodness, what is my body doing? And one of them is focus on the miraculous. Focus on the stuff that is totally unbelievable. Like the fact that you just grew a human inside of your body, that your body knew exactly what to do, and all the organs shift around and everything shifted around to make space for this amazing little baby that you just grew inside of you. And then squeezed out, or was taken out, or however your labor situation went. Mine was very much a squeezing out. Instead of focusing on something like your body bouncing back, or I don't know, something that is very much luck. It's very much genes, and genes meaning like genetics, and the way your body recovers isn't so out of your control at this point, this early on. Focus on what's amazing, and look at your little baby's eyes and ears and mouth and nose and hair and toes, and realize that that's what your body just made, and have patience. That's something that I think I needed to remind myself over and over again, is to just be patient with myself, because my body just did an amazing thing and will recover in time, and all I need to do is give my body time and allow it to heal and settle into the new form that it may need to take on. And that's okay, that's really beautiful, and I will learn to love that shape as it happens. So be patient with yourself. I can eat mostly healthy. I can exercise, sort of. I mean, I don't really exercise beyond what normal exercise falls into my life as a mom, because I'm constantly lifting up a car seat, pushing a stroller, carrying a toddler or a baby, running up and down the stairs trying to remember something that I forgot when I'm leaving the house. That's all a lot of exercise. and I'm nursing, which if you're nursing, I Googled it, and we're burning 500 calories a day, roughly, just producing milk. And so all of that, I think, is enough strain on my body. I don't also want to be going to the gym just yet. But you could be making healthy choices when it comes to food and adding some exercise. When I brush my teeth, my daughter's stool is in there, so I like go up and down the stool, like stepping like up, down, while I brush my teeth. I think that's a little bit insane, but also it makes me feel like I'm doing something. And yeah, going for walks with the stroller and Eloise has been something good for my brain and my body. Sometimes just working towards a goal, like knowing that in a few months you want to feel like a stronger version of yourself, then working towards that makes you feel good even before you've arrived at the goal itself. So doing that would be great. Another thing that I started doing is celebrating other women, like actively celebrating them. I was finding that when I was getting on social media and seeing other friends who are having babies around the same time as me, the comparison thing was so strong in my mind, and constantly I was feeling like I was blowing it, that I wasn't as beautiful, that my body wasn't as thin, or I didn't look as good, or my home didn't look as good, or I don't know, just everything that could be not as good as my friends. I thought that. And then I just realized that it was nonsense and it's not helping me and it's not fair to them. And so I decided that I would be somebody who's actively celebrating them and celebrating myself, or I wouldn't look. So I don't want to be getting on social media if it's not going to help my mind. But if I am going to be on there, then I want to be someone who is positively affirming the women in my life, because I think it's just good. And then it helps me to do that in my own life. It's hard when I'm being critical of myself all the time. It's hard to find the joy in my everyday. And there's lots of joy in our everyday. And so yeah, being somebody who celebrates people, it kind of overflows into celebrating your own life a lot too. I don't know, guys, I just want you to know that if you are struggling, you're so normal. We are normal. It doesn't really matter what our body looks like. I think postpartum insecurity, it just doesn't discriminate. We all feel it, and all of us have been through a lot, and we have hormone changes and life changes, and we're sleep deprived, and we don't have as much time to put in effort to feel beautiful. And so it just makes sense. If you're struggling, I'm struggling, it's so normal, but you're really stinking beautiful, and it's gonna get a lot easier. And so just do whatever you can to enjoy the body you have, to embrace it. I especially try and think of my daughter. So if you have a daughter, this helps, but even a son, this is important. I want to be a good role model to her, and I would never want her to have a baby and be really harsh and critical in the way she sees herself. I don't want her to be like that in any season of her life. And so I'm trying to treat myself in the same way that I would treat her, and the same way that I hope one day she will treat herself. And that's helpful. So yeah, if you have more questions or comments you want to leave, encouragement for other moms, I think this is really cool that it's building kind of a community of moms on here. I wasn't expecting that, but it's awesome. Here we are. So if you have anything that you want to share, or a specific question that you have for me, I would love to answer. And I will link below a couple resources for postpartum fitness. My one friend, Shannon Larson, she is an amazing fitness instructor and specifically focuses on women who have had babies and the recovery process and becoming strong after that. So I'm going to link her information as well as anything else that I find that's helpful, and hopefully we can help each other's lives get better after having this baby. You're doing so good. You are so beautiful. I'll see you on Instagram. Thank you so much. Bye.